showcasing the best and brightest Central Texas high school students in an academic competition that's become tradition. This is Rotary Challenge with your host, Jack Smith.
Good afternoon and welcome to Challenge 2018. This is the 51st year of this Rotary program-sponsored television show, and we're very proud to be having a sponsor of Channel 6 and Waco Rotary Club. I'm Jack Smith. I'm proud to be a member of the Waco Rotary Club, and we are very glad to have each and every one of you with us this afternoon. We're very appreciative of KCN Television Channel 6 for all the work that they do for us in the Rotary Club and for all of us here in Central Texas. The teams in this year's competition represent the best and brightest high school students in all of Central Texas. Today's match is our championship match for 2018. The two finalists are China Spring High School and Waco High School. So let's meet these very talented students and their coaches right now. For China Spring High School, their coach is Steve May. Steve is a volunteer coach who's involved in medical sales in Central Texas. The players are on the left is Ben White. Ben is a junior in his first year on the challenge team. He's a member of Cougars in Action, PALS, and the band, and he will go into the U.S. Army after graduation. Next is Abigail Gammon. Abigail's a senior in her third year on the team, and she is the team captain. She's a member of Cougars in Action, the National Iron Society, and UIL Academics. She plans to go to the University of Texas in Austin and study in government. Next is Allison Trammell. Allison is a sophomore in her second year on the team. She's a member of Cougars in Action, the band, and the National Iron Society. She plans to attend Auburn University and major in architecture. And next is Lauren Allen. Lauren is a sophomore in her first year on the team. She's a member of the National Honor Society, Cougars in Action, and the Book Club. Lauren plans to attend North Texas University and study music education. And for Waco High School, the coach is Rick Lowe. Rick teaches Waco High Public Speaking and is the mock trial coach. Members from left to right, Elizabeth Libby Grant. Libby is a junior. This is her first year on the team. She's a member of the National Iron Society, Teen Leadership Waco, an academic achiever, and on the debate team. Libby plans to attend Texas A&M University. Will Grant is a junior, and this is his third year on the team. He's the captain of the team and is a member of the National Iron Society, an academic achiever, and competes in competitive swimming. Will would like to attend college where he will be on the swimming team, but his plans are as yet undetermined. Next is Thomas Boots Felton. Tom Boots is a junior. This is his third year on the team. He's the captain of the varsity tennis team, vice president of the German club, a member of the National Iron Society, an academic achiever, and part of the mock trial team. His plans for college are as yet undetermined. The final member of the Waco High team is Madison Maddie Lacey. This is Maddie's first year on the team. She's a junior and a member of Teen Leadership Waco, a member of the National Iron Society, an academic achiever, and a member of the mock trial team. Maddie loves horses and competes in competitive equestrian events. Her college plans are as yet undetermined. Those are our two teams for today. We'll meet our judges and start our competition right after this. Welcome back to Challenge 2018. Let's meet our championship judges for today's competition. Each is a member of the 250-member Waco Rotary Club. On the left is Sabrina Moore. Sabrina is an investment advisor with Discipline Investors in Waco. In the center is Vic Devanigam. Vic is a Waco attorney and a county court at law judge for McLennan County. On the right is John Hendrickson. John is the chairman of the Rotary Challenge Committee. John is Senior Vice President of the Rapid Area Transit Development for the USA. Okay, if everyone is ready, we'll get started. The first round consists of toss-up questions valued from 5 to 20 points. On these questions, there is no conferring among team members, and your first answer will be the one that counts. If the first answer is incorrect, a member of the other team will have the opportunity to answer. First two questions are related to business. For 15 points, what is defined as the precise excess of liabilities over assets? Waco High, Abigail. Allison? I'm sorry.
Well,
Boots. Will, next.
Debt.
Not correct. China Spring. The correct answer is deficit. For 20 points, what is the term for all business costs that are neither direct labor nor direct materials? China Spring, Ben.
Expenditure.
Not correct. Waco High? Will?
Expenses.
Correct answer was overhead. Next three questions are about the human body. For 5 points, of ligament, tendon, and bone, which heals most readily when damaged? China Spring, Lauren.
Bones?
Bone is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, of which system is the lymphatic system part? China Spring, Abigail. I'm sorry, Waco High, Will.
Immune.
Not correct. China Spring? Correct answer is the circulatory system. For 15 points, name the largest part of the cutaneous system. Waco High, Maddie.
The skin?
Skin is correct for 15 points. Next questions are about current events. For 10 points, which former U.S. president is in talks with Netflix to create an exclusive series for the streaming service? Waco High, Boots.
Barack Obama.
That is correct for 10 points. For 20 points, pressed hard by President Trump, the Pentagon says that it will plan to stage a military parade in Washington, D.C. in November, but it will not include tanks. Why not? China Spring, Lauren.
It would damage the roads?
That is correct for 20 points. For 10 points, how many American presidents have ever met with a North Korean leader? China Spring, Ben.
3.
Not correct. Waco High? Will.
None.
None is correct for 10 points. This is for 5 points to fill in the blank. A 96-year-old German who was known as the accountant of blank, a World War II Holocaust, Waco High, Boots.
The accountant of Auschwitz.
Auschwitz is correct for 5 points. For 5 points, China recently voted to allow Xi Jinping to remain president for how long? Waco High, Will.
For the entirety of his lifetime.
That is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, he signed a 3-year, fully guaranteed $84 million contract with the Minnesota Vikings, making him the highest paid player in the NFL. Waco High, Boots.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is correct for 10 points. For 10 points, President Trump said at one point that he's willing to walk away from immigration negotiations if Democrats won't accept his terms. What is the main stumbling block between the two parties from agreement? Waco High, Will.
The wall.
That is correct for 10 points. For 5 points, Elon Musk is proud that his company launched a rocket larger than any other since astronauts landed on the moon almost 50 years ago. What's the name of his rocketry company? China Spring, Ben.
Falcon Heavy.
Not correct. Waco High? Will.
SpaceX.
SpaceX is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, Hong Kong's legislature voted to ban all sales of what world commodity to protect endangered species? Waco High, Boots.
Ivory.
Ivory is correct for 10 points. For 5 points, where did Brigham Young say, "This is the place"? Waco High, Will.
Utah. Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City is correct for 5 points. For 5 points, what is the general term for warfare between two groups of citizens in the same country? China Spring, Ben.
Civil War.
Correct for 5 points. For 10 points, all 4 soldiers buried in the tomb of the unknown soldier were posthumously awarded which 2 military decorations? See if you can name either of the 2. China Spring, Lauren.
Purple Heart.
Purple Heart is correct for 10 points. The other was Congressional Medal of Honor. For 5 points, what is the only cabinet department whose head is not known as secretary? China Spring Allison.
Attorney General.
That is correct, the Justice Department. For 10 points, crabs that crawl out of the water to spend part of their time on land have 2 breathing organs. What are they? China Spring, Lauren.
The lungs and the gills.
That is correct for 10 points. For 10 points, who said, Plato is dear to me, but dearer still is truth? And that was Aristotle. This would be our last question for 5 points. When you swallow to relieve pressure in your plugged ears, you're relieving pressure on what specific body part? Waco High, boots.
The eardrum.
Not correct. China Springs? Allison.
Ear canal.
Correct answer is the Eustachian tube. And that's all of our time for the first round. We'll check our score and begin our 60-second round right after this. Welcome back to our championship match of Challenge 2018. After our first round, we see that our score is Waco High 85, China Spring 55. And this is the 60-second round. There are 10 questions, each worth 10 points, and each team will see how many they can answer correctly in just 60 seconds. The team members may confer, but only the captain will give the answer. For the 60-second round, China Spring will begin, and you may choose from these 3 categories. Lightning round, all the answers contain the word light. Musicals, we ask you to fill in the blank of titles of Broadway musicals. And holidays, there are 10 federal holidays. We'll see how many you can answer correctly. So China Spring, which will you choose?
We'd like lightning round.
Okay. If the clock is ready, all the answers contain the word light. If the clock is ready, we will begin. Easy on one's feet, graceful, nimble, agile.
Lightweight.
Not correct. To treat as insignificant.
Lightly.
Okay, correct. To provide information about.
Give light.
Well, I'll accept that. To ignite a cigarette.
To light.
Okay. A military unit not heavily armed.
Light infantry.
That is correct. A sparse attendance.
Light ground.
Not correct. Musical comedy. A musical comedy.
Lighthearted.
Sorry?
Lighthearted.
Not correct. Illuminated by burning tallow.
Pass.
Okay. To work. Okay, that's all the time we have. So Waco High will have a chance at question 1, 6, 7, and 8. So question 1 is easy on one's feet, graceful, nimble, agile.
Light-footed.
That is correct. A sparse attendance.
Light crowd.
Light turnout.
Light turnout.
Musical comedy.
I can't pass. Light show.
And that's a light opera.
Okay.
And illuminated by burning tallow.
Lightened.
That was candlelight. Okay, and now Waco High, you have the choice of the 2 remaining categories.
Federal
Musicals or holidays.
Federal holidays.
Okay? There are 10 federal holidays. They're worth 10 points apiece, a maximum of 10 guesses. And if the clock is ready, we will begin.
Labor Day.
Okay?
Memorial Day.
Okay?
Christmas.
Okay?
Veterans Day.
Okay?
President's Day.
All right?
Thanksgiving.
Okay?
Martin Luther King Day.
Okay?
Where is it that? Easter.
Not correct. I think that's 7 guesses.
Good. Do you want to say Good Friday? Good Friday.
Not correct.
Not correct. Shit. Columbus Day.
Correct?
The 2
You
hours.
can have one more guess.
Yeah. New Year's Eve?
Not correct.
New Year's Day.
Okay, China Spring, there are 2 remaining that you can try to discover.
4th of July
Correct?
and New Year's Day.
That is correct. 4th of July and New Year's Day. All right, that concludes our 60-second round. We'll check our score and begin our final round right after this. Welcome back to Challenge 2018 in our championship round. After 2 rounds, our score is Waco High 175, China Spring 115. We'll now begin our 3rd and final round. It is again toss-up questions valued between 5 and 20 points. If everybody's ready, we'll begin. For 5 points, what material extracted from pine trees is used to prepare paints, varnishes, and soap, in addition to helping pitchers keep a firm, dry grip? And that would be China Spring Bend.
Sap.
Not correct. Waco High, Will?
Tar?
Correct answer is rosin. Remember the rosin bag on the baseball field? Okay, for 5 points, etchings are prints made from a design cut into a metal plate by means of A, chisels, B, explosives, C, fingernails, or D, acid. China Spring Abigail.
Chisels.
Not correct. Waco High?
Acid.
Boots, acid is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, what is the dance in which hip and hand motions tell a story? China Spring Lauren.
Interpretive dance?
Not correct. Waco High? Madison?
Salsa?
Salsa? Correct answer is hula. For 5 points, what word was paired with asphalt and blackboard to form titles of 2 1950s movies? Asphalt blank and blackboard blank. It's a little before your time. But the correct answer is jungle. Asphalt jungle, blackboard jungle. For 5 points, name the only man who was the author of 2 state songs, Kentucky's and Florida's. He also wrote Oh Susanna. That is Stephen Foster. For 5 points, identify both the Mississippi River's largest eastern tributary and its largest western tributary. Waco High Boots.
Missouri and the Ohio.
That is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, give the atomic number of the element neon. China Spring Clark.
10?
10 is correct for 10 points. For 5 points, they covered the face of the whole earth so that the land was darkened, and there remained not any green thing in the trees nor in the herbs of the field throughout the land of Egypt. Waco High Boots.
Plague of locusts.
Locust is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, these 3 sites, you may want to write these down for kind of a matching. These 3 sites are among photographer Ansel Adams' favorite Western subjects. I'll name you the sites and you name the states. Yosemite Valley, Teton National Park, and Olympic National Park. What states are those in? Waco High Boots.
California, Wyoming, and Washington.
That is correct for 10 points. For 10 points on a weather map, you see a heavy black line from which a series of solid triangles is emerging. This symbol represents A, an overcast condition, B, a cold front. China Spring Lauren.
Cold front?
That is correct for 10 points. For 5 points, if an acute angle of one right triangle equals an acute angle of another right triangle, then the 2 triangles are said to be what? Waco High Lauren. I'm sorry, Maddie.
Similar?
Similar is correct for 5 points. For 5 points, what word of greeting is often used with the words mat and wagon? China Spring Allison.
Welcome.
Welcome is correct for 5 points. For 15 points, what is the difference between El Viejo and Lo Viejo? Waco High, Will.
The first word.
El Viejo means the old man, and Lo Viejo means what is old. For 15 points, when someone is born on the first day of an astrological sign, he is said to have been born on what? China Spring, Allison.
The cusp.
The cusp is correct, 15 points. For 15 points, a perpetual motion machine that would have to produce at least as much energy as was needed to run it, what law says that a machine as that is impossible? Waco High, Will.
Conservation of energy.
Not correct. China Spring?
Newton's second law.
Say it again?
Newton's second law.
It's the second law of thermodynamics. For 20 points, surface currents in the oceans are created by prevailing winds, but they don't move in the same direction as the winds. Why? Waco High, Boots.
Because they are different temperatures.
Not correct. China Spring? Lauren.
Because of underlying currents.
The correct answer is the Coriolis effect. The Earth rotation causes them to move clockwise or counterclockwise depending on the hemisphere. For 15 points, whose life inspired the historical novel A Woman Called Moses? Waco High, Maddie.
Mother Teresa.
Not correct. China Spring? Abigail.
Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman is correct, 15 points. For 15 points, when the Kona, K-O-N-A, winds come in, this major U.S. city gets the largest share of annual rainfall. Normally, when winds blow from the northeast, it is shielded by mountains from heavy rain. Waco High, Will.
Seattle.
Not correct. Let me finish the question. Normally, the winds blow from the northeast. It is shielded by mountains from heavy rain. Name the city. And that is Honolulu. Okay, for 20 points, what introduces a dependent clause? I'm sorry, Waco High, Lauren.
No, it's
Waco High, Maddie.
A subordinated conjunction.
Correct, for 20 points. For 15 points, spell the heteronym, that means having no legal efficacy or a chronically ill person. Two different meanings to the same spelling of a word. Having no legal efficacy or chronically ill person. Waco High, Will.
Terminal.
Not correct. China Spring.
Spell it.
Allison.
Terminal.
Correct answer is invalid or invalid.
I didn't know that.
Okay, for 20 points, after Thomas Edison's invention of the incandescent light, the great inventor was ready to market direct current equipment. But a competitor arose to offer alternate current electricity. Waco High, Will.
Nikola Tesla.
Not correct. Let me finish the question for China Spring. Although Edison attempted to depict AC as lethal because it was used in the first electric chair in 1890, DC current would lose that marketing war. Who was Edison's victorious rival? And that was Westinghouse. And that's all the time we have for today's match, so we'll check our final score, see who our champion is right after this. Welcome back to the championship edition of Challenge 2018. Checking our final score, we see that Waco High School has 225 and China Spring High School 170. So it was a great match. We offer our sincere congratulations to the champions for 2018, Waco High School. I believe this is their first time that they've been our champions, so we add a special thanks to them and their coach, Rick Lowe, and thanks to our runner-up team from China Spring High School and their coach, Steve May. We also want to thank our judges, Sabrina Moore, Vic DeVuglian, that's not even close, and John Hendrickson, and that'll do it for today. So on behalf of KCN Television and the Rotary Club of Waco, we thank you very much for being with us this year. We hope you'll join us again next year when we start our Challenge 2019. Have a great day.
Showcasing the best and brightest Central Texas high schools. You've been watching Rotary Challenge, a production of the Waco Rotary Club and KCEN HD.